Hi there, I'm Christine Dunbar from speechmodification.com, and this is my Smart American Accent training. In this video, we'll look at how to pronounce coffee and cough. This was requested by a native speaker, but the speaker who requested this is from New York, where they might say this more like coffee or quaff, because of the New York accent for the ah vowel. They tend to use a little more ah, more rounding and further back in the throat. So we'll talk about some solutions for that, as well as just covering coffee and cough for anyone wanting to perfect their pronunciation of these words. So letter O does say the ah vowel in these words, and the symbol for that is this little backwards C. I call that the caught law vowel. And so I've rewritten ca, the first syllable of coffee here for you, with the letters AW, same way we spell that in the letters, in the word law or saw. And I do that because for many people, saying a word like saw or law is a little bit easier. Now there again, for New Yorkers, they may put a little R sound in that, like sar or lar. So watch out for that if you're trying to correct a New York accent. Knowing just that ah vowel is rounded, it's a little bit more closed than the ah unrounded vowel, o, ah, but it's a little more open than the o rounded vowel. So if I'm going to go through those vowels, it would be o, ah, ah. So most rounded and closed, a little less rounded and a little more open is the ah that we're looking at here, and then the unrounded ah. So one of the solutions, if you're a New York speaker, is simply to use the ah vowel in these. You can say coffee and cough. That's the ah vowel and the ah vowel have merged for many native speakers in American English. For example, that they call that the cot merger, and you can check out my video for that to get a little bit more help with those vowels. But that is one solution, that if you're struggling to get this ah vowel to sound not New Yorker, use the ah. In general, though, if you can perfect the ah vowel, we do spell words with letter O with that ah vowel. Sometimes other similar words would be dog or fog. Also with A, like talk, and AW, like I mentioned here. Many spellings for that vowel. You can get more help for the ah and all of the vowels of English in our Sounds of English online course. It's going to walk you through all of the sounds and spelling, talk about accent patterns you may have, and teach you how to correct them. Okay, so that was a long-winded way of saying. Let's try the ah vowel, then build from there. Ah, ca, coffee, coffee. So sometimes thinking of those syllables as separate can be helpful as well. In the word cough, we don't have the syllables. We just have the same first three sounds, the k, the ah, and the f of coffee. So there you just want to try cough. Again, if you need to build from the ah, ca, cough. Clearly, letters GH say the f sound. Not clearly. That's part of the confusion with this word cough. That's the spelling. And then OU, of course, can say many different vowels. So just, again, I've rewritten it here for you with the letters AW to think about that rounded ah vowel. Once you can say coffee and cough by themselves, do try practicing them in some short phrases so that you can get those sounds and sequence them, say them easily and fluently in your everyday speech. I hope this helps you with the words coffee and cough, understanding a little bit more about the ah vowel, the ways it can go wrong, and that ah merger in English. I'm Christine Dunbar from speechmodification.com. Remember, if you want to sound like a native speaker, you can do it. speechmodification.com. Bye, everybody. Hope to see you in our next word of the day tomorrow and in our Saturday live question and answer class.